It's something we learned.
I think
very,
Ruler
very good.
Probably won't. Oh, after he said that, Ruler probably not interested in him touching his head ever again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, never
or
again.
shaking his hand, or keep that away from him.
for our Valorant watchers out there, I need to start asking Paper Thin before I touch his head. It's very fun though.
I think it's silly.
Yeah. I asked that one time and then haven't since. It's just very fun. Anyway, Yunara and the Rumble both going to be banned away here. We've seen a fair bit of Rumble so far today. Has been pretty strong, and even demonstrating that on the losing side. As some 80 carry bans coming through here
against
for Team Mid.
Team Bot of all teams. Wow, surprising.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You'd think picking Malphite against Team 80 carry is probably a good idea.
A hard
right?
counter.
They were saving the best.
Oh, yes. Ruler, do it.
Triple 80 carry ban against Team Bot. They've solved it. They figured it out. Who would have thought?
I'm just happy Aphelios is somewhat relevant again. This time, surely Scout can prove that pressing R on Malphite is in his repertoire as well.
I mean, just the idea of picking Malphite into Team 80 carry just feels so good.
So
instead, it's Jace.
Jace has this fun interaction. I'm sure you guys have heard of this new item, Bastion Breaker. It does a lot of damage to monsters and objectives, and if you're just poking as Jace and you just get a kill, you can come in and steal the objective. You can do a lot of crazy stuff with this new lethality item. Jace loves lethality items, so see if that one comes through. It's not a must pick or anything like that, but just another thing on my wish list. I haven't been getting a lot of my wish list filled out today.
I also think, like, if this had been game one and I saw Jace jungle from Scout, I'd be like, but he's well and truly proven he is justified to pick this, if this is for him. But the Wukong coming in, Wukong, Jhin, especially into a Jace, if the Wukong's diving in and Jhin has the follow-up, that's good threat onto a pick who wants to sit back and land poke.
Yeah, and it's really great seeing Smash just laughing all the time. If you guys weren't watching the Kesper Cup, like, he was one of the most exuberant players on D+. I really feel like he's really come into his own over the last little while, and good to see that has continued as, oh god, okay, that's what you're saying.
Of course, Team Mid picking Azir.
This seems a little unfair. Will it be Faker playing it in the top lane? We have seen, you remember Dove, the man with the best voice in all of League of Legends. He was the top lane Azir guy.
Yeah, he was.
Guy called Dove plays top lane Azir.
Yeah, he was named after Azir.
There you go.
And he was a mid laner.
Blind Scion has never gone wrong for anyone.
Never.
In the tournament.
Teddy, thinking about what he wants to do, also just giggling, as of course one of the newer members on Brion, going back to what feels like his Jhin Air roots, as I feel like Brion really has become that team for
as well. Teddy and you, Kyle, were teammates last year. And
yeah, true.
Against each other. So
there we go.
Bit of fun there.
Some rivalry, perhaps.
Maybe thinking back, what did he struggle against while playing Azir? Think.
What bot lane bans do you really want here in this meta? There's so much banned already. They got the safe Jhin here. It's kind of a tough call. Showmaker's not going to have his LeBlanc, obviously. Could just take away the Karma. And the Ezreal, I mean, let's start with the Ezreal.
I think Ezreal, definitely a good call. Chovy did look pretty good in our last game.
I think as well, with the comp that is available so far to Team Bot, trimming away safe picks makes a lot of sense. You really want to be diving in and getting onto that back line. Anything that gives safety to Chovy is going to have a lot of value. Already, the front to back for Team Mid looking pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's not a Xayah angle, I don't think. That's another pick that's considered somewhat safe, but I don't think great into Wukong specifically. So
I want to see Chovy Zeri. It's been a while. I think he was one that was playing the Zeri mid when that was briefly a thing.
Zayas was the one who was playing at top briefly.
Hey, true.
We've had a few off-roll Zeri picks.
Zeri was
very
strong.
Yeah.
So you just may as well put her wherever you can. One last ban, and it will be the Leona taken away from Ruler.
Pays could play Malphite top.
Oh, he
into
could.
Jace. That's what Chronicler would want.
I mean, that's if Jace is going top, because there's Scion there too.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Chronicler called for Malphite
into Jace.
But just in general, and we finally
We've been chroniclering very hard today.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Jace, and that's where my brain went.
But we finally get like a Malphite jungle meta, and he's no longer here.
It is very funny. All right, Yone going to be the pickup here. Teddy going to be likely playing that one unless Pace is doing something weird on the top side of the map. Could be a little bit of fun. Pays versus Faker as well, the oldest and longest standing member of T1 versus the newest. That's a cool little thing. As Chovy's going to be playing Kai'Sa this game. That's a bit of a new one. Haven't really seen him play that one very much. As Showmaker will just lock away the Nautilus.
Only Faker was playing Kai'Sa mid. It didn't work, but it was fun.
Showmaker really has devolved into just being a support player.
Yeah, he started off with the mage, and then he was a enchanter Karma, and now he's just like, all right, well, just doing a little Nautilus.
And Ruler is playing Rel. Okay.
This is a pretty strong comp here for the side of Team Bottom, but there's a lot of really strong scaling damage with the Azir and the Sion frontline here for Team Mid. They have really good engage as well. Both sides, frankly, have pretty insane engage. And Pays...
Yeah, it's looking like it's not going to be the Aurora top. It's likely going to be the Aurora mid. This is kind of cool.
And guys, remember, with the role quest, you can't swap once you get in game. You can't send your Yone mid and your Aurora top because they have the assigned role quest. You will lose so much progress on your role quest that you will get absolutely cooked. So you really, if your Yone is top, your Yone is going top.
Yep, we have finally locked the lanes. As it turns out,
First, they tried the heavy-handed, unfun lane lock, and then they did the fun one where you get the quest.
Yeah.
You better get that quest.
They tried the stick, now the carrot.
Oh, no, my message ran away, and now she's off the camera. It's very, very sad. As this image is really just a bit cursed. But
also like accurate.
Yeah. And that's the new Nautilus skin as well. It's pretty cool.
That's why Showmaker picked it.
Yeah, understandable as well. Looking pretty dope. And now here we are, the season opening final. Team Mid versus Team 80 Carry. And having a look at just... Never mind, we're going to listen to the chants. All right, I did talk through the first one. I apologize for that. I will improve.
You're really out of practice.
Yeah, I'm so out of practice, man. And it's because Kesper Cup, we just didn't have any.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for them, and then I had to train myself out of it.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of crowd audio fed in. Not only do we have great audio fed in here, but we also are literally in the audience. As Teddy is in a dangerous position.
Yeah. Scout is just going to do a front flip and hit him. Flash does come on through here, as the last Sand Soldier auto is not going to be enough to take down Teddy, but they do manage to get the Summoner, and as we are on, patch 26.1, it means that the minions are already there.
Yeah, I think he might get a second Summoner from that play.
I feel like with the minions being in lane so quickly, if anything bad happens level 1, it just feels terrible.
Yeah.
And things
getting a glimpse of that.
Things rarely happen at level 1 because players usually don't go for those risky ward plays anymore. Poor Wheeler found out in our first game
of the day
indeed. That it's probably going to lead to a less optimal situation.
Ooh, Pays just barely not being hit by that Q. Feels pretty good about that. Teddy up his own.
Does chug his potions and is kind of in the lane still.
Looking all right. The worrying thing is that Yukal's playing Azir, which is just a pretty fun champion for mid laners to play. They seem to enjoy just playing that one as much as possible. As Hook going to barely go wide. Good sidestep there from Ruler to avoid that engage. Still, Chovy finds the Void Seeker.
Yeah, Ruler's pretty far down in terms of health, and Showmaker has a health pot advantage, so...
Oh dear, does manage to buffer the hook there as well. Really nicely done. As Ruler has to flash. Chovy flashed at exactly the same moment, though. That is some Gen G synergy right there. And Diablo doesn't quite get himself the Deadly Flourish.
Not sure why Ruler went for that, but it was at a heavy cost. At least because he survives, it's an even trade of summoners.
Yeah, slight moment later on the flash, and the auto comes in from Chovy. The passive, not sure if it would have killed, but it would have
been close.
Yeah.
It looked very dicey, and Aftershock had just worn off as well, so it didn't have all of those added resistances. I think it might have been enough. But right now, I think Showmaker and Chovy pretty happy with the fact that they are in a pretty good spot here in this lane. And this was going to be the most difficult bot lane for them to play, right? There are two bot laners that are down here.
How are the bot laners losing bot?
Yeah, this is not where they should be losing. As Hook does pick the middle, and there is the passive to stun up Diablo, but Smash is making his way in, and Showmaker is now the one caught in an awkward position. Smash comes on over and says, all me, baby. and locks down the kill with a Q.
I mean, when Showmaker's playing Nautilus, it's just always a barrel tribute.
I love it. That's what I want to see. So we should actually congratulate him on all of his plays where he just goes in.
I think the truth we've just realized is that winning bot lane is just about having the more active jungler.
Well, Smash certainly knows that because he's probably been calling for a jungler his entire career. As now he is going to come down once again. So he got the memo as Ruler, able to just crash out of the way of that Void Seeker, and Smash gets another one, 2-0 in the game here for Team Bot.
Better bot lane wins. Am I right?
You mid laners think you can bot lane? Get out of here.
Oh, look at Showmaker just being a little bit annoying. And Smash is going to be able to make his way out. Full information was there as Showmaker looks to just try and delay him as much as possible.
Smash is like, this one's for you, Lucid. You pay attention.
Maybe they've been duoing a lot together or something like that. Although we know that Lucid may not necessarily be in the same league as him at the moment.
Yeah.
As he was in an unfortunate position.
You know, I never really thought about how that would really massively impact duo queue more than like the MMR and stuff. It's actually it's really funny.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, there was a MMR bug, and we talked about it earlier, where people were getting placed a lot lower than their ranks. Lucid, who was 1,700 LP challenger last season, got placed in silver.
It's going to be a climb.
A little bit unfortunate.
Woodid is higher ranked than him at gold.
He is.
Yeah.
And they're both higher ranked than Aiming, who is in Iron.
Yeah.
And Wolf, you pointed out the hashtags you use.
Yeah, he posted something on Instagram that was like fresh new start. Only up from me, like hashtag only up from here, something like that on Instagram. It was so really funny.
All right, Chovy and Showmaker back in lane here once again, leading a little as far as the CS is concerned, but not quite as far as money. As Showmaker's going to find yet another hook. Ruler eats the entirety of the passive there from Chovy, who had built that one up. As Diablo able to offer a little bit back. Showmaker not quite getting enough down here, as we can see the heal was utilized. Shock Blast picks the gap between the two. And Scout clearing out some vision here, but not all of it. And Smash moves over. Flash immediately there as the W is dodged. And Smash is able to walk his way out. Yukal's moving over.
Ooh, good flash.
Teddy also coming over at a weird angle.
Flash forward here from Showmaker, looking for it as the Empress Divide picks them both up. Smash taken down, Ruler's dead as well. They do manage to get Showmaker, but Chovy lines up that passive once again, and he's out with barely a sliver of health. They'd say calculated, I think, as Faker comes in and tidies up the kill on Diablo with a Q. Pays has some spare time, but I think Team Mid feeling real good after that.
Pays is wishing he was playing Fiora again right now, but at least he can give it a real crack with a Yone pick. As this skirmish was kind of insane, the Scout kind of baits them in a little bit here because the rotation over from Yukal is a little bit faster. Teddy has this kind of cool angle here, but he is just not going to be able to outdo this shove, and he finds himself right in the middle of it at the worst possible time, and Team Mid end up getting the way better exchange here. Faker's teleport really not even needed. In fact, he probably regrets it, but it is helpful in taking out Diablo.
I mean, but also the fact that there's those low health bars and Pays just TP top lane.
Well, he's just going to ult towards Scout here and takes him down. That's actually Teddy that locks up the kill. So Pays probably a little, frustrated. Teddy came over and just sniped that one out, but still good to give Teddy a bit of extra money as Yukal is very far ahead in that mid lane. Man, this is feeling very close between these two teams. And I'm hoping that means that we are going to have some pretty intense team fights later on.
I hope so. And we had some very intense, like in the support versus bottom game, we had some very intense trades of kills and bursts and big blow-ups, but not really some 5v5 action around objectives, not so much. Hoping for that a little bit here.
As Faker just yelling at Pays over and over again. Pays should be having a better and better time in this lane, especially once Blade of the Ruined King comes in. Faker not quite with the Bramble Vest completed, and so Pays feeling all right even now.
Yeah, the Ram Scepter helps him sustain up off the waves, even if he takes a rough trade like he did there, not too big of a deal.
This wave is looking in a rough position.
This bot lane, I mean, they're not that far behind, but again, this was supposed to be the point of strength for Team Bot Lane.
Yeah. Pays is taking a significant
One more minion here, or one or two here for Showmaker to get level 6, but they are just going to go for it anyway. Crash down there from Ruler does get him to safety as Scout moves in.
Just getting some more first strike gold here, farming out. He's got triple tonic. He's trying to rush out that first lethality item. I was going to mention that the Pays is getting a small but significant XP lead and should be able to finish his role quest first and snowball that a little bit here in this matchup into the Scion. We'll see how much that matters as Showmaker's got 6.
Yeah, finds the hook. Will he throw down the ulti? That's the question, as does Sokolot. There's a Magnastorm, though, looking real good here from Ruler. Smash is making the rotation over. Voidseeker finds nothing. The ulti does come on through as there's a killer instinct, but unfortunately, Trophy just dies. And there is not much of a response, and Showmaker going to immediately follow. Bit of a snafu there from our mid lane, bottom laners.
Yeah, so close, and again, Smash turning up means that the mid-bot lane are pressured to try and find the kills, forced in to try and make something happen, and Chovy oversteps on the tower and does end up going down. Yeah. I just realized it's really weird seeing the mid-bot lane.
Yeah, I said it too, and it felt weird when I did it, I have to admit. I should have warned you.
And the angle here looks like, okay, we're just going to look for an aggressive trade, but then when the ultimate comes through from Ruler, they feel priced in, and that ward spots Smash, so they're like, well, we got to go for it. It looks for a second here like Diablo kind of messes this up because it gives the knock-up onto Ruler as well because of the placement
the
of the
barrier
ultimate.
timing was absurdly good, though.
The barrier is amazing, the turret is here, but as Team Mid, you don't have an exit plan here. You have to commit, you have to look for that kill because you die either way, and they unfortunately are unable to get it. Really nice timing on the barrier from Diablo.
Yeah, it's a fact he got like 2 big instances of damage, and I think if Chovy just waited like a split second later to auto, he would have got the kill, but it was a bit too quick there.
Oh wow, he just steals it.
Oh nice.
Yeah, Scout did have Smite, I'm pretty sure, but just elected not to use it there. So Team Bot doing some good sabotage here in this game. Faker still with a slight lead because he does have that kill. Another hook going to connect here as Voidseeker going to connect onto Diablo at the same time. Still Chovy not quite able to proc that passive.
Really trying to aggressively force this as, ooh.
Yeah, Anchor goes wide. Chovy's in so much trouble. Magnastorm holds him in position. Supercharger not going to get him out of that one as there is the flash forward from Ruler to find it. Crash down as well to hold Showmaker in position, and Diablo just walks up, grabs that 4th shot, and that is another double for the bot laners. And look, it took a little bit of time, but they got there in the end.
Okay, Team Bot, you know, only took like 7 ganks, but finally we're seeing what the bot laners can do in their lane.
Oh, looking for the angle here. There is the Emperor's Divide back onto Ruler. Scout moving on in. Doesn't get the Shock Blast. Has been struggling with those a little bit as the Alcove Gaming to come on through, and now Smash in position. Cyclone gets booped back as there is the Curtain Call as well. They're just going to settle with a kill onto Scout if they can find it, but they cannot.
That Shock Blast hits, but there's a shield. And if he hit the first one, I think this would have been a very different scenario as Diablo looks for the flourish there.
Ulti forward there from Pays. Faker looks unfazed at all.
Yeah, it was a zoning ult.
Got it.
Showmaker also flashed in a pretty optimistic moment right before, which made you feel like he was waiting for UCal to come over, but he didn't show up in time. Now he doesn't have his flash here, but he's okay.
Let's have Scout moving on over, but he was a bit distracted by some Raptors. So let's have a look at this replay one more time from Ruler's perspective.
If Ruler's asking for the W, it hits. He goes straight in on it. And there, he says, I got him. He flashes for it. Showmaker's flash here was really hopeful, I think.
Yeah. This is too easy is what he says. Are they looking down?
This is too easy after like 7 gangs.
Yeah, and also after the Nami game as well. Just showing that maybe things in this particular matchup feeling better.
So you would say Ruler is one of those bottom laners that thinks it's all about them. You're going back to the analogy.
Doesn't sound like him.
Also, it just kind of shows how punishing it can be because Chovy's been dodging so many of the W's from the Jhin, and then one finally hit. And that was just like, okay, dead.
Oh, UCal is going to back away. Doesn't take the bait.
Empowered recall.
Yeah, the only one to finish his quest so far in this game. Some upgraded shoes, as now Faker looks to slow down Pays. Just grabs himself a turret plate to make his way out. He'll be tanking a bit of damage, but isn't too worried.
Pays doesn't have that much of a experience lead just yet. Doesn't quite have the full level, despite having his role quest completed here. Faker not too far behind.
Actually just finishes it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the solo laners from Team Mid have theirs completed, and then everyone on Team Bot has theirs done so far.
Probably not too far behind for, Scout and the bottom lane is Chovy looking to try and take down Diablo. Does get the passive, but in comes Smash. Finding that angle once again. Chovy this time will be able to at least complete the kill, but he knows he is very, very dead. Showmaker now just doing his very best to try and escape, and I don't know whether it's quite going to work as even... Oh, the buffer is very nice and has the Titan's Wrath as well. Now Pays looking to try and escape here as well, and it's looking like that might never mind. Probably not going to happen. Finds the ulti, pulls them both together. Scout is going to get taken down. The young hands on Mr. Pays are so good, and he wins the 1v2. Teddy moves in to mop up the kill onto Faker as well, and that is 2 on the floor. God, Pays is so good at this video game.
Pays is actually insane. I cannot believe that ultimate hit both there. Gets the double pullback. The rotation over of Teddy is just in time.
That was ridiculous. Okay, now Ruler's in a bit of trouble here at the same time as now Chovy turns his attention towards Smash, who just Warrior Tricksters over the wall.
You know what I think actually saved Showmaker in that bot play was he completed his support quest, and when he was running away, got out of combat briefly and picked Celestial opposition.
Oh,
and the damage reduction saved him from the burst at the end, so actually came in super clutch.
His dredge line as well was like max range. I did not think it was going to hit the turret, and it just barely did.
Yeah, so some clutch plays from Showmaker there to keep himself alive.
What has been some less clutch moments in the lead up, but it is what it is. Let's watch Pays on Yone off roll here on the top lane. 1v2, he's 2 levels up on the Jace, gets the shield here, avoids, and then look at the turnaround. That was insanity. Q3 into the reversal on the ultimate.
And just so casual about it as well. Clears his throat after pulling off one of the sickest 1v2s that we've seen so far today.
He was like, let me clear my throat to say nothing.
Yeah. And Scout's like, good.
Let me emphasize the silence.
His response was, oh. Understandable. As now Chovy not going to get deadly flourished this time around. Scout's been pretty quiet in this game. And Pays is now just eliminating turrets all over the place. There's the crash down once again. Decent depth charge, and Scout is just going to dive on top of Diablo. Chovy with the follow-up will be able to lock down that kill as Smash with the Cyclone making it happen. Chovy awkwardly is just going to kind of fall as the overextensions continue. And Team Bot always seem to have the answer.
Yeah, Team Bot also going to pick up a turret here for Pays, and maybe Team Bot could be the team to stop Team Mid from getting the back-to-back here. I mean, the lead is definitely pretty massive at this point. The next Dragon is available. It's being picked up by Smash while they get that bottom side turret. This is looking really good for them right now.
Is jungle just broken still? Is that the answer I'm seeing here? Smash is having a great game, and, prior to this, Team Mid was winning on the back of Scout. This Wukong so strong right now, 6-1, and approaching the second item, a big problem for Team Mid.
And Pays now has a luxury Last Whisper as well, which will help him deal with Faker if he meets him in a side lane. Kind of interesting to see that one second picked on a Yone, but as an AD carry, you could imagine why he'd want to do that. As Ruler doesn't quite find the Shattering Strike. And Chovy continuing to want to fight here against Diablo and Ruler, but it is very difficult as this game extends.
Diablo to get that shot on the turret to break the crystalline, but he is able to stop him for that moment. Ends up taking some damage as a result, but it's a success on the defense of that plate.
Yeah. Korean Scion, it sounds like he says shower when he's yelling around a bit.
I haven't.
I just heard it then. Maybe it's sleep deprivation, but that is what my brain told me he said. So I don't know. Don't know
maybe
what it means.
He's trying to make a statement.
He perhaps could be. Maybe he smelt Yone in the brush, and that's why he said it. He suggested. It could have been a move. All right. Ruler going to get out of that. Voidseeker connects onto Diablo. Don't quite have a Rage Blade complete or anything like that here for Chovy. All right, Showmaker is likely dead.
This is a
does have
barrel
flash.
tribute.
It really is. He can flash over the wall though. He shouldn't because obviously he was in the wrong part of the map. As now Faker, Unstoppable Onslaught comes through and Pays tries to ult his way out. Let's see where the scout can hit these buttons as Faker is very close to dead and not going to take the bait this time around. No outplay to be had. So Pay's just on the floor, and that is Scout being able to pick up one.
I still think it was actually closer than it had any right to be.
Oh, I just realized he's building a LGR because I added Giant Slayer back to it.
Yes.
Yeah, so against Sion, he wants to play the side lane. I mean, we got that from the Fiora game, but here as well.
Teddy gonna pop this. Watch this.
Murder Faker.
Teddy, pop it. Oh, come on. It's the most satisfying thing they did to the turrets in this game.
I know, we missed the bottom lane one as well. A little bit of a shame. As everyone has some quest completions now. Maybe this is the game. We're going to see level 20 Faker versus level 20 Pays in the ultimate 1v1.
It could happen.
Well, that Rage Blade did happen that we were talking about. 2 items complete for Chovy, as well as a couple done for Diablo.
Teddy's got that same set of items he had on the Syndra last time around. Now on this Aurora, he does a lot of burst. Yucal, a bigger threat in sides. You could argue with that. Nashor's too doesn't quite have his second item yet, but either of these mid laners left alone, and they will rip turrets off the map as Ruler is going to look for the engage.
Oh, Magnustorm does come in. They're looking to try and dive this turret as Scout standing his ground for the minute. Chovy with the Killer Instinct looking to try and fight off Smash and will be able to do so. Finds the passive proc as Faker turns up and not able to slow down Diablo there with Aurora the Slayer. So that is Yucal now going back to base, and a 3,000 gold lead here, yes, for Team Bot. But it's looking a little more playable than some of our other big leads.
Ooh,
now Pays looking to try and teleport away, but it's going to be interrupted here by Faker. Gets the knock up, as he's not exactly doing a lot of damage, but now Chovy's going to come through. There's the ulti connecting there from Pays, though, as he doesn't actually try to escape. Looks instead to just do a bunch of damage here to Chovy, and yeah, unfortunately unbound the soul, so he's dead.
Nearly, when he first unbound the soul, he nearly clipped him.
Yeah, it was actually insane.
Yeah.
Is he the best Yone player? Obviously not, but
Diablo is likely to die. Really good position there on the Q from Faker. Nicely done. Showmaker is the one to lock down that kill. A little bit unfortunate, but a kill's a kill. I
remember the first time Rich hit him with one of those charges.
Great hook there from Showmaker as well. He's really getting his iron on this Nautilus today. As in comes Teddy. Can he find that angle? He goes between the worlds, but now he might be heading towards a world he didn't want to go to. And that is the Death Chamber.
This is a big swing back for mid. They're going to grab so much gold here off of this turret as well.
That was their domain. They were in the mid lane. Obviously, this is where they were the most comfortable.
The gold is suddenly almost even here, and Baron is theirs for the taking. In fact, they should be able to take a lead off of this play.
This is actually crazy. This gold swing is ridiculous.
Yeah, huge pickup on the back of this play, and Team Bot kind of just floundering. And I think as well, you know, obviously Pays is built specifically to deal with Faker in the side lane. Like, you have a Jhin into the Sion, and Faker's starting to get super strong. And has just picked up a Randuin's, which is pretty high value against both the Yone and the Jhin right now.
Now the TP here from Faker catches Diablo. Now, I was making that joke about Rich catching him on lane swaps earlier last year, but unfortunately this time he thought once again that he had outspaced the Q, but was just on the edge of it and gets taken out. That's so much space bought. That's Baron.
Yeah, well, now curtains are being called here as Diablo good position to land some pot shots. Can he get the last one? The answer is no, as now Smash could be in trouble. Yucal looks for the angle, but now he's alone, and Pays is able to punish. Team Bot now with the man advantage, and without Yucal, it's really dangerous here for Team Mid. Barula is very, very low. Faker comes in with the unstoppable onslaught, and the rest of them will now engage. Chovy in with the Killer Instinct, flashes to get out of the way, but my God, Smash with the Cyclone is able to get the angle. Still, Faker is really, really dangerous, even on this Sion. And so it is only 2 and 1 left alive.
And they just knocked all those Baron buffs off everyone apart from Faker. So, you know, it looked like Team Mid was getting back in control of the game, but a big team fight win for Team Bot will get them this dragon and the advantage here. And it's
Smash's angle. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, Yucal looks for him and ends up just overstepping here, and everyone immediately turns on him.
This follow-up is insane, though. Ruler and Pays being able to go right over that wall. You can imagine that Yucal thought that he caught him out alone, but not to be the case.
And that Cyclone is so valuable in those types of situations. And Faker comes here on the flank, ends up catching Diablo on the side, but he's isolated, and Smash just gets so much work done with the Cyclone. Pays ends up biting the dust here, but it's completely worth, and Faker has to flash away. And that is, like you said, 80% of your Baron value gone. That lead that seemed like it was guaranteed for mid to take back in terms of gold is right back where they left it at 1,500 for bot. And they also grabbed Soul Point.
Yeah, this is huge. Team Bot being able to get towards that that Soul, as well as unlocking the Elder Dragon on the map. It's a pretty scary one. Smash now with the Hysterics complete, though that is 3 items. Scout has 3 as well, but of course they're a little bit cheaper than what we're seeing on Smash right now.
And so far, you know, this game is delivering. Smash once again.
Never mind. Smash pretty happy about this position, as it turns out. Cyclone going to be able to get a whole bunch of knockups. Ruler comes in to try and add to it, as Showmaker still thinking that there's a possible angle here. Does get the knockup there onto Diablo in the back line, and Voidseeker does land. Chovy, do you go for it? That is the question. The answer is yes, as he's kind of gone in on everything so far. Still not going to be able to lock down that kill. Okay, this is frightening. Chovy going to be able to supercharge out of the way of Teddy. Has Showmaker there to try and help him out, but Chovy's still going to die as Ruler comes in to say goodnight to his mid laner on Gen G. And yeah, Showmaker just going to be dispatched once again. Now Pays looks for the angle. Faker can have that ultimate interrupted. And now, I mean, it does take a lot to get through this Scion, so maybe you guys could talk while they kill it.
I mean, this is a pretty big win here for bot, though. It's a ton of gold, and it's so much of the map opened up. In a fight that was really scrappy. I mean, Showmaker came out of nowhere. They're wrapping around from mid lane, but they're still not able to win the fight. Jovi's engaged did not pay off, and they had control until that moment. And now Team Bot back at a 3,500 gold lead, and so much of the map belongs to them.
And Teddy doing a good amount of damage. This Luden's Shadow Flame tier 3 boots combo that we saw from the mages earlier when we had that Syndra against Zoe. I feel like when you're on that item spike, just the damage is so severe. Here, obviously, getting smashed to trade in, but then Chovy goes in aggressive. And if you look at Teddy's damage onto Chovy, even though, you know, Chovy has a little bit of shielding here, we look here when he gets the combo through the barrier, just chunks him.
Yeah, kind of absurd, as Teddy certainly doing a bunch of burst now on this Aurora, able to tidy up Showmaker there as well with a casual Q. Very, very nicely done. As this game is like, it swings and roundabouts, seems to be turning a lot in the blink of an eye. We have a minute and a half on the next Baron and 2 minutes on this Dragon Soul, as Chovy once again in a little bit of trouble, as Pays needs to be a little careful as he does find the ulti. Can he get a kill back? The answer's no.
How many turrets do they get in return, though, is the question. UCal escapes here, but this turret is not long for this world. Look at that damage on the massive corrosion. And bottom lane also pushed in right now. They could just wrap around and try to grab 2 enters in exchange. Not quite able to get that mid turret. It actually survives with just that final plate, but I feel like the death of Pays is worth it, and he keeps almost taking people with him, and it takes 3 to kill him, so...
He just picked up IE as well since that death, so it's a big spike. If a play like that happens again, that extra damage will make the difference.
Yeah, Teddy looks for a bit of a combo there towards Showmaker, but does not find it. And he's got those Bandle Pipes, though, so there they are. Feeling great about that. Finally seeing some of that put to work. Scout just poking his head in, looking around, seeing what he can see. 30 seconds towards the Baron, and a minute on the Dragon. If Team Bot can stall this, then they have so much power with those 3 Drakes that they've put together. Chemtech Soul is going to be a big threat, as well as unlocking that Elder.
Pays' flash is coming back up, his ultimate's coming back up. He is going to be such a huge problem for Team Mid in this upcoming fight, whether it's for Baron or that Dragon. As Faker goes first.
Yeah, he's just decided he wants it, as Ruler was in the Ruler spot, but he's able to crash down his way out of it. Now Faker could be overextended, as Chovy looking for a little bit of an angle here. Pays immediately turns his attention to him, and Faker, just because he is so incredibly tanky, is able to stand there and weather the storm. Oh, Teddy going to get tagged there by the Voidseeker. This poke is actually pretty real between this Kai'Sa and the Jace.
And even some of the damage coming through from UCal. He also has a Sun Disc set, and they wrestle back control despite Faker's ultimate not really doing too much.
Oh, Pays looking to that wraparound angle. Gets towards UCal there. It was just a bit of poke. Still takes a lot. Yeah, and this Dragon is just gone.
Good pickup. So Team Mid able to circumvent the fight completely and just grab that Dragon, deny the soul.
I mean, this is a 3-item
inside track to Baron.
They may just be able to take this in time. TP is going to come straight to the top lane here from Teddy.
They absolutely need to. as Ruler on a ward. Gets a ward down himself, though. So not going to be in too much of a dangerous spot.
I think they're just going to take the TP and be happy with it.
Oh, Teddy's position is now known as Chovy gets on top of him. Killer Instinct to flash forward, and down goes Teddy. Almost just blows up Chovy in the meantime. However, not going to be the case. That could be a huge deal for this next fight as now Smash gets a big old shield. Yukal's down, but that is just going to be Scout soloing out the AD carry. And now it's just Paze with the damage. I guess Smash there as well as Paze looks for that angle. Speaking of damage, Hook is going to connect, but he'd unbound the soul, so he just snaps back.
The margins in this game are so thin in these scenarios. If that goes even slightly better either way, it's probably Baron into game.
Oh, good sidestep there from Faker, but we're going to have a look at the replay instead.
He's like, I'm going. He's like, let's move up, I'm going. Goes on him.
Whoa. Oh, wow. He said whoa as well.
He was able to get the ult off. I mean, didn't really have a chance to, but...
This is a great angle onto Diablo. Taking him out of the fight is so critical. Pei is also unable to connect with his ultimate. Yukal buys a ton of time here.
And Scout making sure that Diablo could not get off the full curtain call. Kind of a big deal as well.
If he's able to do that even at low health, may have changed the whole trajectory of that fight.
Oh, we haven't had a Baron yet, though. I thought that perhaps there might be someone that's able to rotate over, but a few too many lying on the floor. And so Team Mid not feeling confident to be able to take that one out. A 30-minute game. Kind of crazy.
That's what we wanted for the finals, right? Actually a close game.
Exactly.
A bit of worries that maybe Team Mid would just kind of steamroll after the form they've had today, but this has been a nail-biter.
Yeah, and Paze is now level 18 and will be getting even further.
Oh, the root.
Seeing it as, oh god, yeah, Teddy manages to connect it, and down will go Yukal, and that should just be Bot being able to move on over and take this Baron.
And that might not be game ending in itself, but I think that might be the moment we remember in this finals, is the moment where Bot did break the backs of Team Mid. That catch onto Yukal there, the TP from Paze, he's right in position to follow up on Baron. And that is going to be so much money, the pockets here of Bot. And the control they've had over the map, they lost a little bit on the bottom side, but they should be able to shore it up almost completely here. And Team Mid is far up.
Yeah, these waves are certainly very pushed up on the mid side as Scout taking a lot of damage himself. Not sure about that one, Faker, as he does move very far forward, but he's still, as I said before, obscenely tanky. This time Diablo doing a decent job getting through him, and Sherman gonna have to tank for Faker here. Takes so much, but he is able to walk it off. But in the meantime, Paze at level 19 is just crashing through these turrets. Faker looking worse for wear. And yeah, Paze is just going to kill this. Yukal, I just don't think he's going to be enough, as yeah, he's just going to shift the sands to try and get himself the heck out of the way. Bot just going to stop the backs to allow Paze to do his work. The Void Seekers are really hurting as Chovy has put together quite a few dangerous items, but with the Sun Disc there, it's not going to quite be enough. The Empress Divide just missed time completely, and Paze does get the stopwatch out of him, but does take down a Sun Disc there as well. Ruler goes way too aggressive as Scout's fighting against Smash. Some jungle v jungle here, as Mega Cone is just going to break that one up as Smash is just dead. The Acathian Rain is going to claim it. And Yukal, to his credit, is still alive, but his inhibitor is not.
Yeah, I think there was a flash missing from that combo from Ruler there. Not so practiced on the Ral. Some trouble there.
Unsurprising, as great little hook to follow up as Diablo getting it taken down, and now Chovy goes golden to avoid dying to Teddy, but he dies to him anyway.
Looks like his Acathian Rain didn't quite connect there, does end up dying. I think Chovy just saved the game though, because he was able to take out Smash, but also in moments before, on Ruler's flank, he blast coned Ruler away. Ruler had flash and ult there on that flank, and I think if Chovy doesn't stop him from finding that angle, he probably shuts them all down. The game might have just straight up ended. Ruler then messes up his combo, and the subsequent fight gets picked off. And the rest is history.
Oh my god, that's exactly what we needed to see. What was that, says Teddy. Oh, true. I'm really glad that you bring it up, and then immediately we get Ruler's reaction confirming exactly what you said.
The rest is history was a little bit more interesting than I thought, though.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more historical now. As in live, Faker's looking for something.
Yeah, Paze on a bit of an angle here as well. Still searching for that level 20 as Showmaker gets the heck out of the way. Scout may not be so lucky, though, as Smash and Ruler were looking for him. Snap back there from Paze, and now another chance at this Chemtech Soul. Paze has to use the ultimate defensively, though. That is dangerous.
Down too.
Yeah, that's a lot of key ultimates that have been put up. We still have Emperor's Divide done. Pei's now in a lot of trouble as they are looking to try and burst down this dragon, but I just don't think they'll be able to do so. There's Between Worlds from Teddy. Gets out of the way of the Emperor's Divide as well as Yukao goes golden. Scout looking to make his way back to try and defend these players. These health bars for Team Bot are so incredibly low. Chovy able to kite it out and takes down Ruler, and Team Mid just looking that bit too durable.
I've never seen a Jhin in a weird scenario.
Oh my God,
Teddy.
okay. There's the Unstoppable Onslaught, a triple kill here for Faker. The level 19 Scion as Scout picks up the ace. And I think maybe, ladies and gentlemen, that could just be it.
What a close fight, though. I mean, Chovy narrowly surviving, doing massive damages in the last part of that team fight, picks up his 15th kill of the game, and is going to be the one who leads the charge to end this one. A phenomenal performance, even as you mentioned several times, Alex, winning the lane against Team Bot.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy. And, like, I feel like Chovy was kind of just going in most of the game. He died 8 times, the most on his team, but he also just killed everyone. And that is how you win games, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that wry smile on his face as well, as they're having a bit of a giggle. And once again, Team Mid reigns supreme.